Yo, what's up? Good evening, everybody. Commish is joining us too. We'll be in a second. I need this Cleveland-Seattle game. It's 5-3 right now, top 8. If I push, I have the under at 8. If I push my under, I had a winning night. I just need to push this under. I need no runs. 8 more outs. Oh, my God. He just hit a home run as I said that. Nope, never mind. Damn, Munoz, that was a terrible pitch.
I was like, are you way ahead of me or something?
That was a terrible pitch. Oh, my God.
I can't be that mad. I'm only down a unit, and San Diego screwed me. Philadelphia screwed me.
So now my only hope for a winning night is the Giants to come all the way back and cover plus 1.5. Not looking good. All right, so do we wait for Commish here? It's 12:01. Give him another minute. Testing the mic. Yeah, that's the right volume. Bro, I lost that Hawks-Bulls over. That shit, at halftime, I looked at the score. I was like, oh, I got this. It was on pace to fly over. Check at the end of the game. It's like not even close. They just stopped scoring.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not sure where Commish is at here. Sorry about this, guys. All right, well, the first game we're doing, might as well get the poll started.
Yeah.
We don't need to put a pass in the
Yeah, we're not.
this is just handicap, just leans and stuff. We don't need to
We
have
need
a pass.
your help as much as you help ours.
Yeah,
like, that's another thing about these. Like, if you guys have something to say, because honestly, like, I know a lot about like the West Coast team. Sauce is probably going to know a little bit more about the East Coast team. So if you guys are following teams closely and know something about a bullpen or how it's used or whatever, share it. Like, I mean, information is power.
Information is power.
I'm just saying, some people are like, oh, I just assumed that you knew that. And I'd be like, I mean, regardless, at least we know what you're talking about now. You know what I mean? Like,
all right.
I learned a lot of information from just random people being like, oh, man, da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, oh, damn, that guy's right. Like, you know?
First game I have up here is Twins Brewers. Varland versus Junis. This is a 4 p.m. start.
Yeah.
Twins coming off a game where they got blanked 11-0 in Kansas City. Then they had a day off. It's another day game. Is 4 p.m. considered a day game? Because we all know the Twins just don't you cannot bet the Twins in day games.
You can't. I think with the day off prior to that, it doesn't bother me as much. But I really feel like it's kind of like a cheap spot for the Twins at this price, to be dead honest with you guys. The Brewers lineup against righties doesn't really scare me. They walk a lot. The Twins lineup versus righties is really scary with Julian, Buxton, Correa, Wallner, Kepler, all solid guys. I understand that Varland didn't look good to end of the year. I'm not a guy I'm super high on, but one thing I will say, he had a 502 FIP, but he had a 381 xFIP. So, I mean, he should have a little bit of aggression. Yeah, I just think it's kind of cheap for the Twins right there. I'm not positive that the Brewers are really good because they beat the Mets, because the Mets are just, I mean, as we saw today, again, that team is pretty damn bad, just like the Marlins. They're just finding ways to lose games. So, again, you got to give the Brewers credit. They won that game or all those games. But, yeah, I just think that if anything, I'd be looking at a Twins team total over. If you don't trust Varland, maybe I can understand that. But I think there's too many power bats in this Twins lineup not to try to figure out a way to get on the Twins somehow, some way.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And I reran the poll at -110. Some of these graphics aren't going to be correct because when Andy did them for the day, he did them this afternoon, and not all the lines are up. So the graphics, just look at the teams and the pitchers for the graphics. The odds are probably not going to be correct on a lot of them. The poll will be correct in the bottom. I'll make sure the poll is correct. So this is about a pick 'em right now. And yeah, it feels like a really short price for the Twins. But AJ said, Rob Beaver's in the comments, he said, anything before 7 p.m. is considered a day game. Looked it up the other day. It's not really, we're not really worried about whether it's considered a day game. It's whether we think the fade the Twins during the day applies. And I feel like that really applies to the tail end of series rather than the start of them.
Yeah, I completely agree. And you saw on Sunday, the Twins did exactly that. They fell behind early. They got Buxton out of there. They got Correa out of there. A lot of times those guys sit on Thursdays or Sundays to begin with. So I think that's more of a risk. I'm with both of you guys. I think with them having the day off, and especially with those guys having the second half of the game off on Sunday, I would expect everybody to be full go for the Twins in the lineup. See
if Varland has ever pitched against the Brewers before. Oh, that's Gus Varland. This is Louis.
He hasn't. He's only been around for 2 years, 2022, 2023. He hasn't faced them as a starter against the excuse me. And he doesn't have any at-bats against the current lineup either, so they've never seen him either.
Let's get my bullpen usage chart.
They both had the day off.
They both had the day off, right. So that's not going to be. Let's look at Mr. Varland. Some splits. Let's talk splits. Oh, you guys can't see my full screen here. Get it so you can see the whole screen.
Righties can get to him, that's for sure. At times. Okay. No question about that.
So, Mr. Varland splits. Let's click on the splits tab. I mean, I don't see it. Doesn't look that significant last year. His FIP against righties was high, but his expected FIP was pretty much right on par with his numbers against
lefties. His expected FIPs are way better. Look way better.
You guys still can't see this. Hold on. I want to get where they can see my screen so they can see what I'm looking at. Can you see expected FIP now? There we go. Now they can only see FIP. One more. There we go. Now you guys can see. And I'll make it a little bigger. All right. So his expected FIP is pretty even, righties and lefties. Home away, pretty even as well. So really nothing at all to go by there. What about by month?
We're not going by month, are we?
I don't ever look at that.
No, I would like to see if he was pitching better in the first half or the second half of the season. Not so much like, oh, he's really nice in April's.
I had someone a couple years ago. Elvis Andrews always had like his July splits were really, really good. And he was like, I'm going to draft Elvis Andrews. I'm going to keep him through July, and then I'm going to trade him after July. And I was like,
really riding those splits.
I was like, I think we're getting a little bit too granular here. The one thing I'll note with Varland, last year, all of his stuff played up as a reliever. 549 FIP as a starter, 22.4 K percent. As a reliever, 284 FIP. K percentage was over 40. This offseason, he was working on an adjusted slider, a new sinker. So for me, this is going to be a wait and see on him. I mean, I think this could potentially be an entirely new pitcher that we're going to see on the mound for the Twins. I still like their bullpen. I think the Twins are for sure a better team than the Brewers. I'm with you, Toast. Like if I'm going with a team here, I'm going with the Twins at the short price. But this just it feels like a little bit more of a 4 spot, at least for me personally.
Let's see what the current price is. It looks like a pick 'em, but let's.
It'd feel forced to me if I was laying like 130. That would feel forced.
That's fair.
If I'm being honest.
I do like to bet the 4 o'clock. Like I like to bet the first game of the day too, because if you win that first bet, you're off to a nice start, and if you're not, you still you can adjust your card accordingly after that, as long as you like it. Not to say that you should just bet anything randomly on the first game, but if there's something that you like, I'm more willing to take a forced bet or a little bit more of a risk on that first game of the day than later in the day.
What about someone asked how the matchup is for Kristen Yelich?
I would never bet on Yelich. Maybe an under. I would maybe bet an under on Yelich, but last year, I mean, again, I think it's tough.
He probably has the best numbers in that lineup versus right-handed pitching. It would be my guess. But
we got some significant splits here for Junis. Much better against righties. How many righties in the lineup for the Twins, guys?
Probably
Julian, 4. Buxton, Correa, Wallner, Kepner. Julian, Buxton, Wallner, Correa, Kepler.
I think it's just going to be 4.
Jeffers. Or sorry,
Saturday
Wallner's not a righty. Sorry.
Yeah, Saturday they went with Buxton, Correa, Jeffers, and Vasquez were the 4 righties.
And then
Also,
Santana's a switch.
Yep.
Castro's a switch.
Yep.
This guy's got some nice looking numbers. This Junis character.
Yeah, I like Junis. I'm relatively high on him. The one thing, just to go back to the Yelich real quick, last year Varland 226 opponent batting average against lefties. So I'm assuming it's a total basis question with Yelich, and the guy hits everything into the ground. I mean, he freaking hates worms. So for me, it's a no bet. Like if you're trying to bet on Christian Yelich to have an extra base hit here, I just don't like the odds.
Based on what I'm looking at here, this guy Junis was good as hell to finish out the year. He was better at home. He's better against right-handed bats.
He's better at home because he was in San Francisco too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Does an expected FIP incorporate ballpark in?
Expected FIP is more so it like normalizes home run rate. So the home run to fly ball ratio is something that fluctuates more based on luck than skill year to year. So xFIP will normalize home run percentage. Like if a guy has a really low home run fly ball ratio, really high, and his service level numbers are not true to the expected ratio of home runs to fly balls, that's the value of xFIP.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I don't use it a ton personally.
Doesn't sound like we love this game. We could just move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Because actually, after looking at Junis splits, I also all of a sudden was like, maybe I want to bet Milwaukee here. So I'm not going to jump into a bet I don't like. Royals, Baltimore. So me and Prop Beaver like Baltimore first 5 here. We really like the matchup for Cole Irvin. The Royals, they have a lineup that's better against lefties and righties, but their numbers against lefties on the road suck. It's their numbers against lefties at home that's actually pretty respectable. And the matchup for what's his name, Marsh is brutal. Like on paper, the Orioles should put up a 10-piece on this guy. So the bet I just gave out in the video I uploaded was Baltimore first 5 minus a half run. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on Marsh. I know Marsh is just a kid still, right? He's only like 23 or something.
Commish, go ahead. I think I'm missing something here, so I don't see the Orioles in a smash spot myself. So maybe I'm missing.
Well,
something.
first 5, the bullpen for the Orioles is the situation. Cano pitched on back-to-back games. What's his name? Kimbrel just threw 23 pitches tonight. So I can understand if you like the Royals, you should like them late. But in the first 5, the matchup for Cole Irvin looks good. The second half of the season last year, Cole Irvin was pretty good. He was pretty good at home in a ballpark that, with the new dimensions, it's favorable for left-handed pitching. And the Royals...
His velo was way up in the spring, too. He went to tread this past offseason, lifted a bunch, really got his diet going the right way. So his velo was way up in the spring. I don't love Cole Irvin, though. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just not seeing it. I'm seeing a Royals lineup that can really hit lefties. I understand that they didn't hit it well on the road, but Pasquantino's a really good hitter. He's back now. I don't know.
Velasquez is there. He wasn't there all season.
Yeah. I just feel like it's not the same Royals.
Bro, look at Alec Marsh. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got it right
Alec
here.
Marsh numbers against left-handed bats. The first 5 the first 5 hitters in Baltimore's lineup are lefties. They're going to score 10 runs on this guy.
Yeah. And
if you don't trust Irvin, you should go
Cedric
over.
Mullins is like, meh. Gunnar Henderson against a lefty, meh. I don't know. I'm just not really there.
So then Santander, go first.
I'll give you Santander, but Mullins, Henderson against a lefty.
No, Marsh is a righty.
Or sorry, righty. Yeah, sorry.
There's still 4.5s open for the first 5. Juice to all hell.
I'd play over.
I wouldn't. I'm not thrilled about an over in that game though. I'm looking at the weather for tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
50 degrees, wind blowing straight in.
I could be wrong though. I mean,
damn, you guys are trying to scare me off my bet.
I'm not. Don't let me scare you off anything. It's not like I'm some fucking genius right now.
So I think the righty-lefty splits have a lot of merit. I mean, if you go back and look at his minor league splits as well, this dude, Alec Marsh, was allowing almost 2 base runners per inning to left-handed batters.
I guess I'm not trying to make a case that Marsh is going to pitch well. I'm just trying to make a case that I think the Royals are going to score a little bit more on Irvin than we think. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
Well,
I'm not trying to make any case for Marsh at all.
Is it 3? It's got to be 3.5 for the Royals,
It's
right?
3.5 juiced up.
Yeah, I think if you like the Royals, you got to go 3.5. I mean, I don't think
what
they're
I'm
winning this
thinking.
game
I just
unless
don't know if I want to
they're
pay 140 to pay it. That's my only issue. Is that.
But
you could probably wait.
AJ's,
that
by the
bullpen.
way, Prop Beaver's in the comments offended that you guys don't like his notes I just read to you.
I love Beaver's notes. I'm using them right now to.
We love Beaver.
Yeah, that's just absolutely insane.
I'm seeing 125 on FanDuel.
You guys tried scaring him off Baltimore first 5 also? Yeah, Prop Beaver, I'm standing with you, bro. I'm betting
I must
it.
be missing something if everybody else likes it. So that's
I'm believing in your notes, Prop Beaver. Baltimore, I'm betting it right now.
I literally watched the video and second guessed myself, Beaver. That's what happened. So that's what your notes did to me, because I was going to bet KC team total over instead. All right, one more out. Let's go, Stanek, you piece of shit. Close this thing out.
All right, Baltimore first 5.
God, I hate that guy sometimes.
All right, so next game. It sounds like Baltimore first 5 if you like them.
Well, I need to take screenshots of this
like
because last night the other night we finished, and I went to go to sleep, and I completely forgot all my bets, and I had to go through all my sports books. So I'm going to screenshot these so I don't forget them. All right, got that one.
Oh.
And I was tired as hell, and I sat there for 20 minutes trying to find all my bets to post them for everyone.
I'm just laughing because I can see you waking up in the morning just pissed off because you can't find them.
I couldn't find them, and of course I use 9 or 10 different sports books, which helps you, but
Seattle money line, cash it, boys. Thank God.
All right.
Actually, on my tracking sheet now, I marked the sports book because I finally got to the point where I was like, I couldn't, especially with futures, I couldn't remember where I placed them.
Yeah,
it was just driving me
you
nuts.
gotta.
Yeah, I'm actually playing the Royals team total over 3.5 minus 125 on FanDuel right now.
There you go. Everybody can win. The Orioles can win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
7-5.
Cole Irvin's gonna deal, bro.
I hope he does. I'm not a tread guy. I'm a drive line guy.
What the hell does that even mean?
Is a joke. I'm just joking.
By the way, Phillies blow it, give up a grand slam. Was that an extras, that grand slam? I feel like there was a grand slam in extra innings today.
Yeah, it went 10 innings.
Thank God I bet the first 5 too. That saved me half my money.
Yeah, it was in the 10th inning today.
All right, so we got Turbo. Mr. Ashcraft is on the mound. Now, Graham Ashcraft was pitching at the end of last year.
Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to run their mouth about Graham. Go ahead, Commish. Run your mouth. See what happens. Go ahead. Beaver does the same thing and gets caught too. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sauce. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no. I'm just reading off notes here. Graham Ashcraft, much better numbers against left-handed bats. Expected FIP up at 525 against right-handed bats, 391 against lefties, indicating that he actually had some really bad luck against lefties, according to these numbers. Also, yeah, so how many lefties are going to be in the lineup for the Phillies in this one? Bryce?
Schwarber, Harper, Stott, Marsh.
Bro, so a lot of them, but those are 3. You named 4, but those are 3 in the main bats for the Phillies are lefties, and Graham Ashcraft expected FIP under 4 against left-handed bats last year. That's a solid start.
I really like the Reds in this spot. So
that's a solid start to the handicap for the Reds. What about Ashcraft? Now, yeah, see, he finished up August. He had an expected FIP under 4. September, October, expected FIP 4.1. It was really just June and July where he lost the wheel. He let go of the wheel a little bit there.
Well, he had some personal issues.
Did he really?
No, I'm dead serious. Yeah. So not gonna get into it, but yeah, definitely had some personal issues.
By the way,
of it.
It's Spencer Turnbull, not Turnbull. Andy did these graphics. So Spencer Turnbull. All right, I got Turnbull splits up. Wow, righties tattoo this guy.
Correct.
So how many righties in the lineup for the Reds?
Well, you're gonna have India, Strand, Candelario,
Steer.
Ellie De La
Candelario's a
Cruz,
switch hitter, so
Spencer
Candelario will be lefty tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. He would be a lefty tomorrow. Yeah, but
Steer, Fairchild,
Steer,
That's
Fairchild.
That's not that many.
But Jake Fraley rakes. So even though he's from the left side, he's fine. So just saying. I think the Reds are the play.
Man, I just
Phillies
really
have one win, right?
I just really wish the Reds had like a little more threatening right-handed bat presence.
And more than Jake Fraley?
Okay, one guy.
He's not a righty, but yeah. I mean, I get that. But the Reds
exploit the shit out of that. Also, Turnbull better numbers on the road last year. Holy shit, this dude sucks at home.
Yeah, really small sample size, though. 31 innings last year, and he was coming back. He hadn't pitched since 2021 before that.
Right.
But even in 2020 when he did pitch, I mean, he had a 3.49 FIP, a 4.53 expected FIP. Same thing with his ERA, 3.97 ERA, 5.48 expected ERA. I mean, everything suggests he's gotten lucky at every part of this.
No arguments. I mean, it's tough. The weather, the weather in Philly tomorrow is horrific. It's going to be mid 40s, potential rain, wind blowing straight in from right field.
I was going to say weather like everywhere seems to be bad. It's essentially across the board, unless it's in a dome.
Let's talk bullpen usage and then.
I know the Phillies used Brogdon, Nelson, Alvarado, Marte, Strom, and Hoffman today. I mean, they used
Brogdon, Nelson, Alvarado definitely can't go tomorrow. You said Hoffman?
They're taxed.
Hoffman through 18 today.
They are taxed.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me look at the Reds bullpen, but if the Reds bullpen
what sucks is you're not going to have Pagan, but you should have Diaz off of a really bad...
Diaz pitch tonight?
Yeah, 14. He threw 14 today.
Oh, he did? I didn't even
Damn it, man. So no Pagan and no Diaz. Sims? No, he didn't pitch.
Sims pitched Sunday. He didn't pitch today.
Yeah, he got fucking crushed.
That was the funniest broadcast of the entire Sunday slate, by the way. He struck out Gallo in the broadcast. The Reds broadcast was gassing him up so bad. Like, nobody can hit this slider. Nobody can hit this slider. The very next guy, Kyber Ruiz, comes up, hits a 400-foot moonshot to right field. And it's just dead silence. Like, I thought I had accidentally muted my TV. And then after like 10 seconds, all you hear is, and now we're tied. This is terrible.
So the Reds bullpen is pretty screwed also, Toast. What about an over? Yeah. But you just said the weather sucks.
Yeah, it's tough because like typically you want to fade bad pitching by taking an over, but when the weather is this bad, like even with Chris Flexen today, we saw Chris Flexen have a halfway decent outing against the Braves just because the weather was so conducive to pitching. So it's really tough to fade those guys.
So yeah, I'm not seeing anything I like here. Let's move on to the next one. Our poll is 59%, 41% in favor of Prop Beaver.
Pretty high chance I'm on Reds first five, everybody.
Prop Beaver is AJ Bascone, by the way. People are asking which one's Prop Beaver. That's him, AJ Bascone.
He doesn't want anybody to know.
He says, you guys are nuts for trying to bet the first Ashcraft game of the year. Would have better luck solving the Da Vinci Code.
I already solved it.
Toast, we know you didn't see the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, you're right. I did. I have no idea what that is.
It's harder to solve the Ashcraft problem, man. If Toast can figure that out,
I thought he was going to say, "You're right. I've never seen it." He goes, "I have no idea what that is."
I have amazing luck betting Graham Ashcraft. So
I feel like I won money on Ashcraft last year. Also, I would have to really go back and look, but I feel like I did well betting Ashcraft last year.
I know I did well because I did very well betting the Reds at all times.
You stayed on that train too long, though.
Yeah, here's another train I'm about to stay on too. Fade the Marlins.
Fade the Marlins, right?
And no, I didn't cap this game. I don't care. Tyler Anderson is pitching, and yes, I will be betting the Angels tomorrow. Done. But we could talk about it.
I mean, I'm down to just place a bet and not talk about it, honestly, because I don't think Commish is going to argue with the fade the Marlins take, right? I mean,
I can't bet on Tyler Anderson, man. It's got to be a team total if you're.
They're giving.
Dude, Tyler Anderson has fantastic numbers. I know that you don't like against certain teams, but against this Miami team, in 2022, 13 total innings, only 2 runs on 10 strikeouts and 8 hits. I mean, he's done pretty damn well.
With the Dodgers that year, though. I think he lost all that magic when he went up the freeway to the Angels.
So are they saying?
I get that, but even if you just take up the lineup alone, doesn't have very good numbers against him at all.
Real quick, just want to make sure I'm missing something because obviously the price is crazy. Marlins are minus 140, minus 145, Angels plus 125. Are they just saying the gap in starting pitching here is that big, or is there a bullpen issue as well, or is it just the gap in starting pitching between Tyler Anderson and Jesus Luzardo is that big?
I would say it's that big, yeah. I don't know about Commish, but I would, yeah.
What about who pitched in the Angels bullpen today? Because it's Soriano, Estevez. I like Estevez. No one likes that guy. I think he's pretty good.
No, he was an
all-star.
all-star.
I like Estevez a little bit.
I'm pretty sure I read an article that he's very likely to beat. He's very likely to not be on the Angels by August.
Okay, so for the Angels, they used everybody, but essentially, there's. Yeah,
wait. Did they use Estevez and Soriano?
Just Estevez.
Soriano threw 35 pitches on Sunday, but he didn't pitch tonight. Do you think Soriano's available?
Yes.
Okay. So just no Estevez. But they have Matt Moore. Prop Beaver likes Matt Moore. He thinks he's pretty good.
He went last night.
Yeah, but he didn't pitch. It was his first outing of the season, though.
Okay. No, I was just letting you know that he pitched. That's all.
How many do you have? How many threw? I can look it up.
He went a full innings. I know that. Had 1 K.
He threw
10 pitches. So Matt Moore. Matt Moore's good then. Matt Moore will be available. Soriano will be available. Okay, so Angels bullpen should be in pretty good shape. Now let's look at the fish.
Miami.
Did Tanner Scott, did he pitch? He threw 27 on Sunday. He did?
Yeah, he threw 27 today, bro.
Oh, yeah. Tanner Scott's done until the weekend.
Yeah.
And he had 3 walks today, so he's just terrible.
Did Bender pitch?
Oh yeah, he did, baby.
We got to bet the Angels right now. So I don't even care about the.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is this price?
So
what are we doing?
Only way we lose this bet is if Luzardo goes out there and throws 8.
Kinda, yeah. And even then, I don't know if that's going to be good enough.
That should be good enough, bro.
You'd be. Look, I'm not talking you guys off it. We joked the other day that the Marlins were going to get swept by the Angels, and I think there's a very real possibility. I just hate betting on bad teams. That's my only qualm here.
Yo, everybody was talking shit about the.
Well, we're capping a game between 2 bad teams here.
Mike Trout happened. I was like, oh.
All right, so I'm gonna bet the Angels.
But regardless, even if the certain things we didn't like, the fact that the Miami Marlins are a favorite of minus 148 or whatever it is right now is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I could for sure get there with the price. Honestly, the 3.5 team total though makes a lot of sense to me because I don't think Luzardo is unhittable. And if the Angels could get 1 or 2 off of him, and then you look at that bullpen where they essentially don't have their top, they don't have any of their high leverage guys available, you'd assume.
Doug Lane says Marlins have the worst bullpen in all of baseball. And not just the worst bullpen, bro. It's the worst bullpen, and there's no Tanner Scott and Bender. They're missing the 2 best arms out of that bullpen.
It's only 3.5, and it's only minus 122. Yeah, I think I might split my money.
But isn't Luzardo nice at home, though?
Yeah, Luzardo's really nice the first time through the order, though, too. This might be a decent live spot to let Luzardo get through the order once and then jump on the Angels, because you might get a 2.5 team total, or you might get the Angels at plus 175.
All right, well, I'm already in.
Me too.
So our poll is dead split on that one, 50-50.
I want to talk. Whoever clicked the Marlins, I want you to show your face. I want to understand why.
Prop Beaver says, I like that idea, Commish, about jumping on the Angels live. Next game, Texas-Tampa. They hit a 3-run home run in the first inning of this game, and my first 5 under 4.5 still cashed. You love to see it.
Not if you're
happy all baby.
Fucking bum.
Let's see what the updated line on this one is, because remember, these lines in these graphics.
Let's just walk the 2 guys and then just throw a fucking center cut ball over the plate.
What were you on today? Were you on the Rays?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. And Prop Beaver was big on the Rangers, too.
I like Pepe. I was surprised he had the command issues that he had today. I don't.
He
think
was
that's
you're half the reason that I was so big on the Rays. As soon as you said, "quote," you have to have somewhere imparted Pepio tomorrow, I was like, I'm in.
Prop
I'm
Beaver
going.
says Pepe
Full
LaPlu.
bullpen.
Prop Beaver
Yeah,
says
the only reason I didn't bet it is because of the lineup. The Rays just continue to confuse me with these lineups that they're rolling out.
Yeah, this is not the wrong pitcher, though. Andy's just butchering these graphics. But at the time, he might have made this. The pitcher might not be. It's Andrew Heaney, not Andrew Abbott. Andy, he made these graphics along. No, Heaney was announced, though. This is a mistake because we knew Heaney was pitching on the live show today. So this is just.
I still see Heaney.
Yeah, I know. And on our graphic that Andy did, it says.
I see.
But there you go. Now it says Heaney. So it's Andrew Heaney. We had said, me and Prop Beaver agreed that we got to go Rays here because we think that lineup's going to be overvalued against righties this year, undervalued against lefties. And Eflin at home, it's minus 155 though.
I think the Rays got to win. I was just surprised to see the juice
Let's look
for a
at.
team that struggled.
I want to see Andrew Heaney game logs versus Tampa.
Which at Tampa Bay, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Yeah, he had a good start at home against them where he struck out 10. He had a bad start at home against them. He had a good start on a road.
They got
against
to
them.
him his last trip.
And that's going back though, like a long time. Like
So the only one that's relevant, and you could argue that
got-
it's not even relevant because the Rays lineup was completely different. But last June, he went into Tampa, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 runs total, though, 2 walks. So they got to him, but it wasn't like a blow up.
Yeah, Yandy Diaz. What is it? 2 for 7. Rosario 2 for 8. Harold Ramirez, Caballero both have a double off of him in 5 or 6 plate appearances. Isak Paredes 2 for 2 with a double and a homer off of him, so he might be somewhat of a look tomorrow if you like that kind of thing. He's got very good history against Heaney. I think just Eflin at home is a bet on pitcher. That's what I think.
Eflin at home's a bet on pitcher.
And not to mention, Josh Jung just broke his wrist, so they're going to be out without Josh Jung or Young. Sorry,
And
I
they
always
still
call
don't
him
have Nate
Jung.
Lowe.
It's like habit. I hate that.
Yeah,
No Nate Lowe either.
because he's still
he's
out.
been hurt, but yeah.
Who pitched for Tampa? Fairbanks, Adam Pache, any of those guys? Pache?
Hold on, I'll tell you in about 2 seconds.
I need to know if any of these forearms went.
I will tell you for
Galvin.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, because they were getting rocked.
Davinsky and Maton.
Oh, they did throw Maton.
Yeah, but he's one of their lower.
Yeah.
Like, I would say
He got
he's.
fucking rocked.
Yeah. That's
So
not a loss. in my mind.
So Tampa has the full arsenal in the bullpen.
Man, I used to like Phil, man. He was solid for the Astros.
Oh, me too. I don't think he's dog shit. I just think I would rather have Fairbanks, Adam, and Pache in the 7, 8, 9.
Agreed. I essentially have the same reasoning as yesterday. I feel like I have just as good, if not a better starting pitcher and a full bullpen behind me. So obviously the Rays lineup is scary, but
The Prop Beaver's in on the Rays. He said Rays first 5 run line minus 105. Rays first 5 team total over 2.5 plus 114. Just the fate of Heaney and a back of.
Well, I know he had it in his notes. He likes the Rays against the lefties too, and I think that makes sense based on because who did they see the other day? They saw a lefty. Was it the second game of the season? It was Bassett. Who did they face?
Kikuchi.
Kikuchi. That's right. So they had 3, 4, 5.
I had the Rays in
they
that
had
game.
9 righties in that lineup.
Yeah, Heaney's going to get rocked,
reverse
dude.
splits though.
Yeah, I would bet that first 5 run line ASAP.
Wait, hold on. What'd you say about Heaney splits? I'm going to pull them up.
Heaney was a little better against righties last year. Much better command, better K percentage, just better run prevention overall. Maybe an under.
Do you want to know the lefties? Oh my God, there is not one. That's right. I forgot about that.
What about an under? What do you guys think about an under in this game? Because if we like Eflin to pitch well, the Tampa bullpen's rested. If we don't trust the Tampa lineup right now, and I think
I would
there's
rather
some
go
good reasons
Texas
not
team
to.
total under if you want to go that route.
That's just a
Is Tampa at 4.5 on the team
Yeah.
total at home?
yes. Rangers are at 3.5 though.
Oh, I need to grab nicotine gum.
Of course you do. The Rangers are at 3.5.
game's at 8.5. Do you think there's any chance this game goes to 9 with Heaney on the mound?
8.5. They're at plus 100 right now. Probably not. Nah. I mean, I wouldn't be. I doubt it. Not with Eflin on the mound. I could be wrong, I guess, but I highly doubt it.
No,
I cannot believe the Rays don't have one left-handed hitter in their lineup. Projected.
I wonder if they will tomorrow, though.
I know. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, man, I wonder if. Not that they're gonna add somebody in there that's just gonna change my mind dramatically. That's
true.
But they could.
They could get Brandon Lau in there.
I was just about to say, I guess Lau could maybe get a shot in there.
So Proppy was saying the books wouldn't price the World Series champs like that unless if they think Eflin's going to deal.
I guess.
I think they
don't
would.
really put too much emphasis on the World Series champ part, but I get it.
Dude, the thing is, the price sucks. Like, if it was minus 140.
No, I'm not. I agree with what Beaver's saying, though. Like, people are.
What if it's -1?
Like, because I honestly thought the same type of thing today. Like, I thought that in a way the books were trying to trap in Rangers money at that plus 100, thinking that, like you said, we're going to get the World Series champs at plus money on the road after they just look good at home. So I get it.
I'm going to make a builder for this game. I'm going to make a builder.
I don't disagree. I'm just going to take the Rays in the first 5.
But Toast, what do you think?
You're tailing Prop Beaver after all that?
I'm going to be betting Eflin at home regardless, but yes, I'm tailing Prop Beaver.
After shitting on him, making him feel like shit.
I don't think Beaver feels that way with
But
me.
what about? But last year we got the Rangers at plus money almost every single one of those playoff games, didn't we?
Okay.
Like just do the sportsbooks just not respect Texas?
For real.
They won again today at plus money.
Yeah.
I like Eflin. You guys know I love Zach Eflin. I'm trying to figure out how to jump in here.
What do you guys think of this? I'm gonna put it on the screen. What I just put together a builder.
I don't even want to look at it.
I think you're gonna love it. Hold on, emailing it to myself right now.
Man, I will say though, the bottom of that Texas lineup doesn't look nearly daunting after you get. I mean, I don't even know how I feel about Langford. I understand that he's good, but Heim, Duran, Walsh, Tavares isn't like as daunting as Heim, Jung. Like I get, or Young, whatever.
Especially Heim against righties is not very scary.
Yeah, like
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm good.
What do you think, Toast?
Yeah, I'm good with Tampa. Let me look.
I think the under. I think I'm going with the under in this game.
Oh yeah, at even money. Yeah, I like that. I like that sauce.
Rays
100%.
plus 1.5, under 10.5.
Yeah, at even money or damn near close. Yeah.
All right, so our poll actually likes the Rangers despite no Young or Jung. My bad. For some
It's
reason,
Young.
It is Young. Okay,
Yeah, isn't
so
it
I
Josh
was
Young?
saying it right. I thought it was Young. It's guys.
Commish, which one is it? Do you know?
I thought it was Young.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Young, and I've been pronouncing it wrong. I've been calling him Jung the whole time, and then I just kept on doing it. So
We got to listen to the broadcast tomorrow. They're going to mention it because he's hurt. So we'll get confirmation.
All right,
I'm just gonna
next
play a
game.
video
I'm pretty
right
sure
now.
it's Young. It just has a J. Tigers Mets.
Have the Mets won yet?
No. They sure as shit haven't, Commish.
Did they score today? No.
Dude, they went to extras.
Well, it was Reese Olson, man. You know, I mean, they're facing a real
Yo,
ace caliber pitcher.
Mania went 6 innings, 1 hit. Went to fucking extras.
solid though. I think Commish and Beaver too. Like he pitched well. We did think that he was going to pitch well. He did pitch well. Shout out to
I
Mr.
like him.
He
Overrated.
didn't pitch well enough.
I mean, what else could he have done? You can't give up negative runs.
He could have.
And
No, he
can't
could have
hit
picked up.
anymore. The
He
pitchers
could.
don't-
He
the
could have
pitchers
picked
don't
up.
hit anymore.
He could have motivated the guys in the dugout. He
You're
could have.
right.
He could have been a leader out there. You know, he
Yeah.
could have been a clubhouse guy.
He doesn't impact winning. That's
Yeah,
I agree.
He's just a guy that doesn't get it.
yeah. I agree with you.
All right, so let's look at some Adrian Hauser stuff. This is Met debut, yeah.
I'm excited to see Casey Mize pitch.
Hell yeah. Wow, you know about Casey Mize? Bro.
Oh, yeah, I love Casey.
I'm like Casey Mize's biggest fan. Think he's going to win a Cy Young.
Oh, dude, I hope he's healthy, man. This kid had more hype around him than almost any recent prospect that I can think of.
It is Young. Josh Young.
I knew it.
Awesome.
And are we even talking about this game? It's Casey Mize at plus money sauce. Hello.
Yeah, well,
Your boy.
before we jump in, why don't we look at Adrian Hauser's stuff? Really nice looking numbers against right-handed bats.
Who does he play for?
He pitches for the Mets.
No, I do think that Hauser actually isn't terrible.
I like Hauser.
He actually ended the year. I'm pretty sure he ended the year like really good last year too, unless I'm really mistaken. But if I remember, he did.
Propiver hates on him.
Numbers.
Propiver hates on
Yeah.
Hauser. I like him.
He
Hauser
does, yeah. Terrible numbers.
ERA last 6 starts.
Oh, then it doesn't even matter because none of these guys are on the team. So, meh. Okay. I was gonna say terrible numbers against the Tigers, but none of those guys are on the team, so it doesn't matter.
Do any of you guys, before we move on to the next game, anyone have a reason to bet the Mets here? Because obviously we're all leaning Tigers.
This is honestly the same thing, and I understand that you're asking other people, but this is the same thing with the Marlins for me. Like, in what world are the Mets laying 130 or more or anything? So, regardless if you want to play,
it's still early in the season. I mean, I still think
I get that.
the Tigers are
just saying-
4-0 and the Mets are 0-4. Like, is anybody going to be surprised if the Mets finish the season with more wins than the Tigers?
No, not for 1 second. But I don't at this time in the season, I don't think you can lay juice with the Mets. I think it's like
I don't think the odds really react to small sample sizes like that.
probably not. No, but I also don't think that anything that the Mets have shown us. I mean, what are they going to do? Just magically like click it on?
I mean, their lineup has names in it. They should be scoring runs.
I understand that, but those names, like, and I'm not like, but like, how long are we gonna like let Jeff McNeil get away with this and pretend that he's still a solid
he
bat in that
sucks. God, he sucks.
And I'm not even like, I'm just like honestly like trying to through a handicap thing, not talking shit. Like, he's been terrible for a while, and I understand that he's a big name and he gets money, but at some point we have to look at him as at least an average bat. He's not above average in any way, shape.
He's far below average.
So
I mean, the thing is, I kind of like Hauser. I think he's going to pitch well.
I think,
but I don't want to take an under in a game that just went to extras at 0-0 the day before, because the chances of that same shit happening again.
No, yeah, it's a hard one. I don't know what to expect from Casey Mize. Like, that's the thing. Like, I want to sit here and expect him to come out and pitch well because he's a high draft pick. He's got all that stuff going for him. But yeah,
someone says, "Dude, it's Hauser's mom's birthday. He will cook." I'm like, not even sure if he's joking. Like, he might be. It might be Hauser's mom's birthday.
And at the end of the year last year, the only team that 4 teams that he faced at home, out of 3 of them had really bad lineups with the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Marlins. The one team, the Padres, that had a somewhat decent lineup, Hauser only went 2 innings and gave up 4 runs on 4 hits. So,
I mean, are we calling the Tigers a decent lineup now just because they had a decent start? I mean, they went to extras today, 0-0.
Against the lefty.
They couldn't get to Manaea.
I was just about to say that was against a lefty. But actually, if I'm using Beaver's thing, the Tigers the last 3 years are better against lefties than they are against righties.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought the Tigers were better against lefties.
Yeah. So if I'm using that's courtesy to Beaver for this cheat sheet.
I think just looking at their lineup this year, though, you look at like some of their better hitters. Riley Green is a lefty, Kerry Carpenter a lefty. Javi Baez is going to be a liability against everybody.
Yeah, but can you agree, though, that having a veteran like Mark Canha with a 131 WRC plus, that helps in your 5-hole or whatever he's going to bat in tomorrow? That's a huge thing, because then you have a guy with Carpenter who has power and a guy like Keith who can get on base. I mean, obviously that's a super small sample and stuff, but yeah.
I agree with that.
All right, so we're all Tigers or pass. No one's trying to bet the Mets.
I'm not running to the window to bet the Tigers right now either.
No, I didn't bet it either. I think Hauser's going to pitch.
Or either, but regardless, there's just no way I lay with the Mets.
What about an under in this game too? I mean,
I was just saying, I'd like
cook yourself up a builder of like
Commish.
Tigers plus 1.5.
Doesn't it worry you to bet the under in a game that just went to 0 in the game where the night before they went to extra 0-0?
No, I think you really have to treat this as an independent outcome, and I think like if you really want a really dumb degenerate parlay for tomorrow, I've done these in the past, and they always feel really gross, but they cash almost every single time. If you take all these games and you just play the weather, so like take like the max under in like KC Baltimore, Cincy Philly, Detroit, in the Mets, the Rockies and the Cubs. All these games that have gross weather conditions tomorrow.
Petco's going to be bad tomorrow.
And do what with it? Well, I don't understand the end of the sentence.
Unders. And take the under.
All unders. So like under 12, under 13.
Didn't you just say that there's weather that is advantageous? Sometimes bad weather can be advantageous to the hitting, though?
I said that?
No, I thought, what were we talking about before when we first started? Is bad weather always advantageous to pitching?
Not, and if it's super, super cold, then pitchers can have grip issues, which can be a concern, but it's pretty much counterbalanced entirely by the fact that they're using wood bats, and anything off of a wood bat when it's 35 degrees just won't go anywhere. So I do play these from time to time on days like this where you look at the slate and you feel like you want to fade bad pitching, or you want to jump in X angle, but you don't trust the weather. Like, especially at Wrigley, like if someone hits a home run at Wrigley tomorrow, I'll be floored. 22-mile-an-hour winds blowing in towards first base dugout at first pitch. We saw it today, man. There was Charlie Blackmon hit a ball to center field that would have been out at every other stadium on a normal day, and that ball died on the warning track. I mean, there's balls that were hit in the air that ended up almost dying on the infield that would have been routine fly balls to the middle of the outfield on a normal day.
Someone's saying that the Chicago game's most likely getting rained out.
Probably.
There's a good chance.
So do we even want to talk about this one? Braves, White Sox? I mean, obviously.
I would like to talk about I wanted to talk about it, with the weather, no, but I really, maybe Commish can talk about it more, but I'm really excited to see what Garrett Crochet can do against this big bad lineup of the Braves, because he looked really, really impressive his first time out. I don't know if that was really expected.
Hold on. Is this Reynaldo Lopez, the reliever from the White Sox? He's starting?
Yeah. Well, so he was a starter, then a reliever, and now he's...
Oh, I know him as a White Sox bullpen guy last year, him and Joe Kelly.
Yeah.
He was kind of good out of the bullpen for the White Sox, wasn't he?
He's good. I mean...
So he's a starting pitcher in the Braves rotation now?
For now.
I was going to say, I don't know
what happened to Smith Shawver?
Rotation, but...
what happened to Smith Shawver?
I'm not sure.
I think it's going to be one of the. I mean, major league teams typically use like 8 to 9 starters throughout the course of a year. So I think.
So Smith Shawver's still there.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. I didn't see him get cut or anything.
Roster resource.
All right, so real quick. I mean, we could just skip this game. I
bet the over actually already.
You bet the over in this? Didn't you just say
bad weather?
Yeah. What about the bad weather, bro?
So the reason I bet the over is it's going to be like 40 degrees in Chicago, but at guaranteed rate, the way because they're not facing the same direction, right? So the guaranteed rate, the winds are looking like they're going to be blowing straight out.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's plus 17%. Yeah.
Woo! So, and then you have Crochet, fly ball pitcher, Reynaldo Lopez, fly ball pitcher. You have the Braves, who were number one in every meaningful metric against left-handed pitching last year. The White Sox bullpen is atrocious. The White Sox have not scored in a while. They got shut out today. They should score at least a couple tomorrow. If the White Sox can give us 2 or 3, I'd like our chances to get to 9. The Braves scored 9 runs in 8 innings today when the weather was as aberrant as possible for hitters. Now you get some of these fly balls that might actually get out of the park. I think that this makes sense as an over spot, even though it's going to be like 40 degrees.
Well, and I will just add, our friends over at Ballpark Pal have this plus 17% home runs, plus, everything's very good with those 16, 17 miles an hour winds blowing out. So
you're telling me I should bet this over right now, Commission? You're telling me it's a lock.
What did you get it at? 8.5 or 9?
I'm looking right now. Oh,
I bet the 9 at minus 105. I just cool. I don't like betting the juice if the next
It's crazy the flip-flop in weather between Wrigley and guaranteed rate. Like guaranteed rate plus 17%. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt. But Wrigley minus 13. I mean, obviously Chicago's a big city, but just crazy to think how drastic it is differently with just that win.
You can get an 8.5 at minus 130, but other than that, you're looking at minus 105.
On what book?
ESPN bet.
ESPN. I would take
That's
the 9 though.
book I don't have available.
I use it. It's been reliable so far.
I'll try it.
All right. Commish says it's a lock. He says it can't lose.
Thanks, Commish. You're the man, bro.
He stakes his entire reputation on this bet.
A half unit bet. That's my whole reputation.
No, I just wailed it, dude. So there's no half unit whales.
I'll bet it too.
Okay, Trent.
I'm gonna tweet it out and be like, "This cannot miss." Signed
This
Commish.
cannot miss. Commish guarantee.
Crochet's gonna go 6 innings, 1-run ball tomorrow.
Dude, he was impressive. Was he not impressive his first start, Commish? Even
Honestly, his command looked a lot better than I expected. That was the biggest thing I was watching from him. We know he's always had the stuff, but coming back off of injury, like, was the command going to be there? And dude, I think he threw 75% first pitch strikes in that game. I mean, he was really aggressive in that contest.
There's no way. Wait. So wait, Kershaw's been in the league? I thought he was making his debut.
No, basically he's been hurt. He came in the bullpen and then got hurt almost immediately. So we haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, he's only pitched he pitched 6 innings in 2020, 54 innings 2021, 12 innings in 2023. So he missed all of 2022 and essentially 2023.
So he pitched in that Tigers game where the White Sox almost won. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. Was that in Detroit? That was home.
Yeah,
that was home again. All right. So I'm on the over here. We spent too much time on this game. Next game. Excuse me. Rockies Cubs. This is another one where they just said it might get rained out. So do we want to if for those of you that didn't catch it, Commish was saying you got 20 at the first pitch. You got supposed to be 22 mile an hour winds blowing in from the first base side. Huge under game.
And Wrigley too, it's important to note Wrigley's one of these old stadiums that there's not these massive grandstands and scoreboards like you have at these modern stadiums. So when it's super windy at Wrigley, it makes a huge difference. So that's why, like, these Dinger Tuesday promotions, if you ever get a game at Wrigley when the wind's blowing out, that's pretty much the only time I'll ever recommend betting those Dinger Tuesday promos. If the wind's blowing in at Wrigley though, it's almost impossible to hit a ball out of the ballpark. Like, literally almost impossible.
ESPN has this total at 6.5.
Oh, I have it at 7.
Yeah, I see 7s too. There's a 7 on Bet Rivers, a 7 on FanDuel, but ESPN has this at 6.5.
Books have gotten a lot sharper. Like last year and the year before, we would get a lot of early 8s in these spots. So like yesterday, they opened it at 6.5 with Dakota Hudson on the mound, which I thought was that's just too low for a guy like Dakota Hudson on the mound. But we used to get 8s the night before or like very early in the morning. You could bet the 8 and it would close at 7 or 6.5. They've sharpened up a lot. I don't know. That used to be just like a no-brainer auto systems bet for me. If the wind's blowing in 10 plus miles an hour at Wrigley, I'd bet the under, and vice versa. If the wind's blowing out, I'd bet the over.
But they're on that shit now.
Yeah, they seem to be more on top of that stuff.
Man, that Assad kid, I don't know what to think of him, because at times he would look so bad last year, and then like the end of the year he looked really, really decent at times. What is your thoughts on him?
I mean, I don't hate him. He doesn't have the best command, doesn't have the best stuff, but like it's not egregious. Like he's not terrible in any specific area, but he's not great in any area.
Yeah. It's really frustrating because he'll have like 7 or 8 strikeouts, and then he'll have like 2 or 3 walks, and then he'll have really stressful innings, and that's what can be irritating with him.
Yeah, it looks like last year.
Am I the only one that thinking this price is a bit off? I mean, Kyle Freeland has been known to throw good games away from Coors. Are the Cubs on minus 200? Like, I don't think the Cubs are very good.
I don't think the Cubs are that good either.
I mean, the Rockies are obviously trash, but they have their guy, Kyle Freeland. We've seen him throw plenty of good games away from Coors. In an under game, like, why wouldn't you take a plus 1.5 here? Right? Am I crazy?
I could get behind a +1.5. I can't condone any Rockies money lines because this is maybe the worst team I've ever seen in my lifetime.
There's a +1.5, -135 on ESPN Bet, so you got to pay juice for it.
But this line might run because people are going to see Kyle Freeland gave up 10 runs on opening day. The Cubs might be -250 by the time this game.
So wait,
starts tomorrow.
man, if I could get a Rockies +1.5 at close to the -110 price, I think I'll take that. The Cubs have no business being this heavily favored over anybody.
I don't know. The Rockies are really bad. I get what you're saying, though. I'm not going to bet. There's no way I'd throw the Cubs in a money line parlay or anything at this price.
Yeah. All right. So
especially with the weather, like this is a very high variance game with the weather. So I agree.
And that's where it's like, I feel like with that variance, like I feel like I would take the Rockies. I would, if I get like the Rockies money line at like +180 or something like that, then like maybe we can start talking about it.
And, you know, Rockies won the other night, guys. Rockies got a dub.
Yeah, mark those on the calendar because they're not going to come often.
That's fine.
As a Mets fan, I'd take one. All right.
Mears and Lambert, that's it.
Blue Jays, Astros. This is another one that Prop Beaver likes. He likes the Blue Jays first 5 here.
Do you see a 9? Where's a 9 on the total?
So the graphics were made a while ago before the I see 8.5s.
Did it open at 9?
Well, he makes the graphics in the afternoon, so he might have just left what was there from yesterday.
Oh, I got you. Because I would for sure bet the under at 9 in this game.
It looks like we're at 8.5 across the board here.
I still might bet the under at 8.5.
But you can get under 8.5 at plus money though.
Where?
I'm seeing it. Hold on one sec. Let me get the poll running and then I'll open up.
You can get under 8.5 at plus money on 365 points bet.
Dude, you know what?
You can get under 9 -120 on BetMGM.
I'm taking that under 9.
You like the under here?
Fine.
Well, Prop Beaver does like the matchup a lot for Berrios, but he doesn't like it for Framber at all. But Toronto's got good numbers against Framber, and his last 3 games against Toronto, he's like 0-3 with an ERA up at 5. And dude, Framber looks like shit, man.
No, so Framber last year he had more velo on his sinker, but the consequence of that was it wasn't dropping as much. So his ground ball rate wasn't as good as it was the year before when he really broke out. But the first start of this year, it looks like he's toned the velo back a little bit, and his sinker was dancing a little bit more closely to what we saw 2 years ago when he was in the Cy Young conversation. So I'm willing to take a stab here on Framber, and I'm with Beaver. I think Jose Berrios, I think we've shit on this guy too much.
I know.
Publicly. He's not that bad. I mean, and I was part of that. I shit on this guy a lot.
Me too.
But it was more so in jest. Like, he just kind of became a meme in the betting community, I feel like. He throws a lot of strikes. He's got some good stuff. His slider looked pretty damn filthy the other night. As long as he can avoid having the ball hit anywhere near the shortstop, I think we're in good shape for an under here.
Dude, how are you taking under with Framber Valdez right now, bro?
Dude, 100%. Dude, the Blue Jays lineup is
he's throwing BP.
The Blue Jays lineup. I could get through 5 against the Blue Jays right now. I'm telling you.
Framber's ERA in spring was like 115.
I'm taking the under 9 right here.
Maybe the Houston team total under. Dude, Toronto, watch this. You know what? Let me learn you guys something.
I'm 100% agree with you on Toronto. I'm not trying to I'm just trying to support Framber just a little bit.
I'm not like taking personal shots at the guy. I'm talking about his numbers.
Kind of does sound like it though.
I'm not saying like that Framber's overweight or something.
Personal. Well,
there's something that happened we don't know about, Sauce.
Well,
like not seeing your baseball as a kid or something.
Yeah, it's not personal. I'm just talking about his play on the field. All right, Framber Valdez game logs against Toronto. Loss.
Oh God, yeah, I'm taking the under.
3 earned runs, 6 earned runs. All these
Houston
games
didn't use anybody in the bullpen.
I will say all these games were in Toronto though.
All the games were in Toronto, and I'm pretty sure he got like no run support in any of those games. I think they scored like
if he gives up 6 runs, I don't care how much run support he gets.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't giving up 6 runs. He was giving up 2 and 3 runs. 3 runs. Sorry.
Toast,
I'm
do you
going
really
full
need me
unit.
to pull up Framber Valdez's numbers from last year? Have you
I have him
forgotten?
right here in front of me. 12 and 11, 166 hits, 3.5 ERA. American League champion.
Framber Valdez, oh, that's this year. I'm sorry.
I'm on Toronto. I'm not making a case for Framber.
No, it sounds like you're trying to defend the guy. Let him be
I am
accountable.
going to
He needs to
defend
be
him. He's
accountable for this
fantastic.
production.
He had one semi-down year, and his team still went to the World Series. So, yeah, I'm just not in this boat where I'm worried about Framber.
This team doesn't win at home. This team doesn't hit at home, and this guy sucks.
Exactly. I'm 100%. I've been begging the Astros cannot play at home now for a while now. So they got a huge no-hitter victory today. There's no way in hell I'm not betting
I want to know what the hell is Commish doing with this under?
I
Because
just bet it for a full unit. I'm sending
Dude,
it out right now.
What are you doing? I'm not getting it. I'm not getting the under.
Dude, so we just agreed we both like Barrios more than the market does, the general public. The Astros ran out 7 righties today, bro. They ran out 7 righties. Barrios is way better
With
against
that,
righties.
I'm
than
with
against
that.
lefties.
Why not play a Houston team total under?
Because Toronto's lineup is freaking horrible, man.
I don't know if
Under
Framber. I don't know if Framber could throw a decent game against the Portland Sea Dogs right now.
Under 9. I'm telling you, bro. Under 9. I'm going to full unit.
Oh, you telling me?
I'm
Trust
not
me,
even going
bro.
to
Trust me, bro.
I think
He seems like
Jay's
really
first 5
confident,
and
too.
under, Jay's first 5 and under 9. I mean, honestly, Sauce, do you? And I know. I mean, do you really trust Schneider, Varsho, IKF, and Kiermaier at the bottom of your lineup if Kirk and Turner are to get on or something? That's
I
your
think
question.
Varsho has some upside.
At times, he can also look terrible.
Bro, they
It's
also got
very-
Justin Turner on this team. He's ancient.
Dude, I don't
He's
know.
got
I
a
disagree
dude.
with
Yo,
that.
Justin
I think-
Turner. I mean, just never mind. I thought you said Kyle
He's
Tucker.
in the 4-hole. Like, he's a decent 7-hole guy, but he's in the 4-hole for this team.
He's a gamer
Yeah,
though. He's a
but-
locker room guy.
Yeah, I 100%. I know that you're saying that as a joke, but I think that there's something to that. I think that there's truly something to that.
It's
with
not
him.
so much that Commish is on the under. He's just like, so confidently on the under. He was like, "Yep, sending it out now." When it's like I don't even fully understand his logic. Like, how are you backing Framber here? I don't.
Big trust. What did the kids say?
Just trust me, bro. Just trust me, bro. All right. So Commish really likes the under here. It's so much where like I feel like I should tail him. Just his confidence is making me want to tail him.
Like, I will say.
I mean,
I'm
I
blocking
really-
you on Twitter. If Framber gives up 6 runs in the first inning, I'm just gonna hit the block button.
I might be playing with fire here. I feel like I have not lost a bet in like I think I'm 15-3 the last couple of days.
Whew.
So part of me is like just willing to see if we can keep this going. I didn't even
A
finish
heat check.
Yeah. This is a little bit of a heat check for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I'm
just
not
gonna see
putting my money on a
Framber
fucking
have
heat
my
check.
back.
I'm not putting my money on a heat check.
You're gonna see 5 Framber. You're gonna see 1 Framber video every inning tomorrow if Framber has a decent day.
So you see people I'm telling you, people in the comments, I'm telling Commish, he definitely knows something. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just so confident. AJ Bascone, aka Prop Beaver, says, "Hey panel, do I lock in Chase first 5 money line at plus 140?"
No, just go ahead and wait. I'll text you later.
He'll text you later.
I won't.
Let's go to the next game. Commish really likes the under there.
He said, "Hey, panel."
I know.
Stupid.
I love Beaver, man. You guys shit on him so much.
I can't help it, man.
He doesn't even hear half of it. His headphones are on, so it doesn't even matter. I guarantee
He
you he
brings it
doesn't
on
go
himself,
back and
man.
rewatch it.
Yankees D-backs. This one's looking like close to a pick-up.
System play. The system play. All 3 of us hit our system play. You didn't tail it, did you?
System plays.
No, not system plays. All me, Commish, and Beaver all have a system play type of thing going with this today that we hit.
What the hell
You
is
gave
that?
us-
Oh, your Ryan Nelson thing?
Yeah.
It was more just corny. Like, well, trust the system.
Oh my god. Beaver went through like a whole soliloquy about why he's terrible at home against the lineup, everything.
I wasn't sold on it. Okay. Yankees, we got Nestor Cortez making a road start. Arizona against lefties, weren't they not good? Weren't they supposed to be good against lefties? But for the most part, for most of the season, they weren't good against lefties. My memory.
I don't think
Arizona's bad against everybody.
I was gonna say they're terrible. I know they were bad against everybody. The only
They went to
person
the
that
World
in that-
Series.
there's two. Yeah, I know, but that
They-
doesn't mean
they
that they
did not.
weren't terrible.
Different conversation. But yeah.
Yeah. The only, I mean, obviously Marte, I mean, is really good against lefties, but the only other person in that
It was
lineup
Christian
that really
Walker.
is, I see, and I don't even, he doesn't even really scare me. I mean, it's Marino that would scare me because he's the guy at the bottom of the lineup that if he gets going, then maybe I can see something going. But yeah, like Walker's kind of hit or miss with me. I know that he doesn't strike out a lot or whatever, but I don't know. I'm just not a big Christian Walker guy. Defensively, fantastic, but I'm just not there with his bat. But I get it.
Yeah,
He does have
you're
very
playing-
good numbers. I need to
Yeah.
point that out. Christian Walker does have very good numbers versus left-handed pitching. That's a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you though, Toast. Like he doesn't intimidate me that much either. I think like it's Marte who just please don't fucking pitch. Sorry, I don't know if we say the F word on the show, but like
Oh,
please
you can
don't
say
pitch
it.
to Marte. Okay, like don't pitch to Marte, and you're probably in decent shape against this lineup tomorrow.
So it looks like I was trying to get an idea. I know Nestor Cortez missed most of last year. He threw 99 innings. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
That's enough of a sample size to at least glance at some splits for Nestor. Wow. I hope there's a lot of lefties in the lineup for Nestor's sake. How many lefties in the line? How many lefties are going to be in the lineup against Nestor tomorrow for Arizona?
Probably Corbin Carroll, and
One.
that might be it.
8 righties.
Well, yeah, unless Barbarossa or whatever his last name or Perdomo go to that other side. But yeah, a whole bunch of righties.
So on opening day against Freeland, they had Carroll and Alec Tomas. So maybe 2. Like there might be 2 lefties, 7 righties.
I mean, what do you guys? Commissioner, are you a Nestor guy?
No, but I feel like we got to fade Zach Gallen here in some capacity. Whether it's a team total or something, we got to fade Zach.
Why?
Because it's the rules.
Are you
That's what
just
we're
doing
doing
it
this
like
year.
out of spite?
No,
No,
no.
Sauce.
God damn it.
I tweet out 1 million advanced analytics at 4 a.m. every day. I'm not doing anything from the hip or out of spite.
You just had an under at the heat check. Don't try to bullshit us now. You just had a heat
Yeah, but
check.
that was based
that
in
was from
science.
the hip if I've ever seen one.
But only because Barrios delivered the other day. We had Barrios against righties. I like it. I mean, he's going to have to survive Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez. That's the risk there, but I'm with it. But
Anyway,
dude, Gallen was awful the other day
Oh, come on. I mean, yeah, but he's
against the Rockies.
bro. I mean, we're getting it's. I get fading Gallen when we're fading him at a plus 185 price. We're
Well,
getting him
you're
at a
still
really short number here.
Yeah, I'm fading him. Either team total or I
need
worry a
to
little bit
see the
because the Yankees
Yankees
haven't
bullpen.
lost yet. But 4.5 team total.
oh my God, the Yankees bullpen has to be taxed.
Dude, Gallen's numbers at home last year. No way. Arizona, you guys are nuts.
Yep.
You're letting this heat check get to your head, Commish.
I think realistically what I might do here is
And a pick 'em?
there's no way I'm backing Zach Gallen. 0 chance. 0.
What is wrong with you guys? If you want to say I'm not laying minus 210 with Zach Allen, okay. But like we're
I'm
looking
not
at a
laying
pick
my-
'em.
Yeah.
If Zach Gallen's favored, I'm not betting the Diamondbacks. There's just no chance. And that's part Zach Gallen, part the Diamondbacks. I don't think are a very good team. But I think realistically what I might do here is I might take the Yankees team total like over 2.5 and pair it with one of these teams that's playing in really bad weather and take their under 5.5 or something like that and get to even money.
Yankees team.
I have to fade Zach Gallen in some way, even if it's in a parlay. I have to fade Zach Gallen tomorrow.
Is this like an addiction?
Baseball's an
there's
addiction,
so
for
many
sure.
reasons. Like he pitched so many innings last year. It's just not gonna. Yeah.
You're talking about a guy who
Talking
had
about
an
a guy.
expected FIP of 266 at home last year, and you're getting him as a pick 'em.
I know, but it was last year. So opening day, Zach Gallen, his velo was down about 2 miles an hour across the board. Spin rates were down across the board. And I already didn't like him coming off of last year. So if you're telling me that now he doesn't have the same velo, his spin rates are down. Both of those things are like basically a perfect correlation between effectiveness and like between run prevention and spin rates and velo. that's concerning. The Yankees are seeing the ball really well right now. They're still healthy. Judge hasn't got hurt yet. Giancarlo hasn't got hurt. Torres, Rizzo, Soto, like all these guys are seeing the ball really well right now. You're in Arizona. You got the second highest elevation of any stadium in baseball. You have to at least consider the Yankees team total here, or I could maybe get behind the over for the full game. If you think if you think Ketel Marte and Christian Walker are going to have a decent day, I could get behind Nestor giving up 3, Gallen giving up 3, and then the Yankees bullpen, like Toast mentioned, is obliterated right now. And the Diamondbacks don't have a bullpen outside of Zach Ginkel. So
the only issue is all the team totals are both 4.5 at plus 100. That's just kind of weird to me.
That's what I mean. You could take the over 9 full game.
Everyone's saying you can't go off last year in the comments.
He's talking. Commish is talking about this year. He's talking about his.
I know, but we're going off one start, one game. Yeah.
You have to go off of last year a little bit. Like that's.
Duh. We're 4 games into the season. I'm talking about the comments right now. Everyone's like, stop going by last year. Like, all right. Well, what we're handicapping MLB games based on 4 games? What are you, nuts?
Well, 1 for pitchers. Pitchers have only played 1 so far.
Yeah. Some of them 0.
Yeah. No, I think, like, for me,
No, spring. Someone says spring doesn't matter at all. No, spring does not matter. Do not use spring.
Please, yeah.
Do not use spring.
Don't use spring. But I think somebody on Twitter said something about a hit parlay today, which I will never, ever condone. But if you're going to do it anyway, I think you could find 2 guys in this game. Ketel Marte, and just pick somebody from the Yankees that you think is going to give Zach Gallen the business, and there's your hit parlay.
Someone that you think is going to give Zach Gallen the business.
The Yankees were plus money. They were plus 105. They're minus 105 now.
Probably some sharp people listening to the show.
So hold on. Just to get it straight.
I don't think you can bet the Yankees full game with their bullpen. Sorry, so go ahead.
The Yankees have no bullpen. They're cooked. They have no arms to come out of the pen. You got Zach Gallen at home, where he was a beast last year. Okay, you guys don't like him. He was a beast at home last year. At a pick'em against Nestor Cortez, who's pitching against 8 righties. What? Are you guys just overthinking yourself out of a layup here?
Maybe. I do feel like as you were going through that sequence right there, I felt like the Patrick meme where it's like, is this your wallet? That meme?
I don't know.
And then he gets to the end, it's like, this is your license, right? In this wallet, and I found this wallet by your feet. And then it's like, so this must be your wallet. It's like, that's not my wallet. Like that's
not that I live and die by simulations, but I do like Ballpark Pal. They have it 5-6-9 Yankees, 4-7-5 Diamondbacks. So that's a huge lean. That's just like the Seattle Cleveland game tonight. It's just a huge lean. Like you just don't see that very often. Like I don't know what their model sees either, but man, it's really hard to bet the Yankees with that bullpen. But
someone said in the comments, D-backs first 5 money line. But if you're betting the D-backs, why would you limit it to the first 5?
Yeah,
the Yankees have no bullpen. The Yankees have no arms available. So why would you want to cut it off after 5?
You definitely want to take advantage of that if you can, unless you're under the impression that unless you just really don't like the Diamondbacks bullpen. But
I mean, even if you don't, who do you like on the Yankees bullpen that's available? Victor Gonzalez? Like who's coming out of the Yankees? I was looking
to see who pitched today.
Luke Weaver?
Let's see who pitched for the Yankees.
Hey, Luke Weaver,
Birdie, Gonzalez.
Someone just said Gallen pitched 5 days ago. Yes, that's how it works. And he will pitch 5 days from now.
Okay, never mind. The bullpen isn't as bad as I thought it was. Hamilton should be good to go. Johnny Lasagna should be good to go. Caleb Ferguson should be good to go. Okay. Clay Holmes is down.
Go ahead. Bet the Yankees then.
I'm not there yet. I'm just saying that it's not as bad as I once thought.
I already bet Arizona, and I'm comfortable.
That's the point of this show, right?
I'll go to war on the live show with this one I'll be armed with so much ammo, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, well, Gallen, his spin rate's down," and that's like all you got. And I'm just like, whack.
What do you mean that's all you got? That's huge. Dude
had like a 1.1 ERA at home last year.
3 miles an hour.
Not talking shit. Why do you think that you're getting, if Arizona's such a layup, why do you think?
Because everyone's betting the Yankees. Look at the poll. Everyone's betting the Yankees. That's
Those
why.
New York fans, man, like the Yankees win 3 in a row and they're like, we're never losing again. And then they all rush.
This is a layup. Nestor has terrible numbers against right-handed bats. Arizona's going to have 8 righties in the lineup. The Yankees bullpen is crushed. You got Gallen at home. Whatever. You don't even like Gallen. He had a freaking 1.4 ERA at home last year. This is crazy. You guys are smoking dust tonight. Arizona's winning this game. This is my favorite bet.
The problem is I don't like the Arizona righties. That's the issue. But
Let's move on to the next
if
game.
Daniel Suarez beats us, so be it.
If Suarez and Alexander
okay. Now you want to
beat
pretend you don't like Suarez? You loved Suarez last
No,
year.
he's a
Toast.
great clubhouse guy, right? Like
Yeah.
same as Justin
He's a
Turner. Right?
great club.
No, he's a hits, runs, and
The
RBI.
vibes are immaculate, so I get it. You
JP
want to put
Crawford
the guy
and
in
Julio
there.
Rodriguez sitting there. Yeah.
It's crazy how Toast will turn on a player. He was like the biggest Suarez fan last year. Now he's like,
Look, all-
Suarez, that guy sucks.
I never would have said last year he's a guy that scares me at all.
I agree. But he'll get your chakras aligned. That's for sure.
All right, next game. Cardinals, Padres, and Toast, your team sucks.
I know.
Yeah, man. I needed 3 runs from them to catch the over 8 tonight, and I had to push.
They'll score like 10 tomorrow. That's just how they play.
Thank you, Tyler W. When you call somebody a clubhouse guy, that's essentially saying like he's not good, but I like him, so I want to say something nice about him. I hate the term locker room guy, clubhouse guy. It's just like it's made up words.
I mean, it does matter if you're the 12th offensive guy on the team, I think. But you can't bat in the 4-hole.
You better be able to
And
juggle or tell
I-
jokes
I-
in the clubhouse or something.
I'm guilty of saying certain things a lot. I don't use that a lot, but I do mean it when it comes to like Justin Turner, because I do think that guys like him that have won World Series and stuff like that can really do a lot for younger hitters, especially in that Blue Jays organization where there's
So
just
you think
a
he's
ton of young
coaching
guys in
these
there.
younger hitters?
I think he's
I
definitely
would-
helping
I
them with
think he is.
approach and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think what Toast is saying is fair.
They
My
have hitting
issue is-
coaches for that.
Yeah, that
You'd be
I'm
surprised.
just saying that it helps to have some
Yeah.
guy that's in the trenches with you.
I'd
I
rather
mean,
them listen to the
my
coaches.
uncle bets too, but I talk to you a lot more because I'm in the trenches with you every day taking grenades. I don't give a shit what he's doing.
All
You
right.
just can't have Justin Turner in the 4-hole. Like that's just not a team that's serious about winning
That's
baseball.
fine. Sauce wants to bet the Cardinals, so let's hear.
No, I don't want to bet the Cardinals. I'm wondering why this
I've
line
already
is.
bet the Padres in this game. You can't bet the Cardinals.
No
tomorrow.
shit. Yeah, we got.
Well, this
Dude.
line is really short. Why are the Padres only minus 135? Darvish
Because
versus.
people don't like you, Darvish, for some freaking reason.
Yeah. Give me you Darvish at home
Why?
right now. The way that he's pitching, I'll take that.
If you want to put my reputation on the line with the pick, it's this one tomorrow.
Yeah, I think just glance. This is my first time looking at it, but I think I'm inclined to agree with you here. What's the Padres bullpen situation?
Fresh.
Yeah,
Fine.
Yeah,
because Hader didn't pitch tonight.
We don't have Hader anymore. We don't.
Oh
even
my
talk
god!
about him.
Wait.
Don't know if
Who
he's
pitched?
pitching
Wait,
way
who
if we
pitched?
asked him to.
You didn't use any of these arms because you guys got smacked, right?
the Padres were in really bad shape going into tonight, but then they ended up not using anybody because they were out
They
of the
used-
game.
I was gonna say they used De Los Santos and Cosgrove, but it doesn't really matter.
Matsui's going to be available.
I was just about to say
Suarez
that.
will be available. You know
As
the
long
guys.
as you, as long as you have Suarez, Matsui, and Peralta to back it up, and then Cosgrove went back-to-back nights, so he's probably down. But either way, as long as you have Suarez, Matsui, Peralta as those 3 to back you up, you're good. So
Jay-
yeah, that. Go ahead.
JD's in the comments. Remember JD from last year? He says he likes Michaelis to throw a good game. And JD's not just a random. This guy comes in with sharp takes. He likes Michaelis to throw a good one.
Based on what? I just need to.
JD,
have
give us a
some
reason. Give us a reason.
I mean, he does have really good numbers. Every time that he's pitched against, I know this for a fact. Every time that he's pitched against the Padres, he's been really good.
Well, let's go.
against
We don't
them.
have to speculate. I got it right here. We got Michaelis, game logs versus Padres. All right, here we are. So he pitched against the Padres once last year, 6 innings, 3 runs, only 7 hits though. So not really a great start.
That's a 4.5 ERA. It's not.
His
You're giving
his last trip to San Diego, he went 6 innings, 3
See,
hits, no runs.
I was
no
gonna
run.
say, I'm almost positive I was there for that game because I know he fucking pitched well.
Yo, he's actually got really nice looking numbers against the Padres. That's
That's
embarrassing.
what I'm saying. Like I know
And you
for a
root for that
fact I
team,
watched
and
this
you
guy
root for that
carve
team.
us ass up.
You guys can't
Well,
touch Michaelis. Come on.
Look, there's very few guys in baseball that I look at and I think like I can't let this guy retire without making a shit ton of money off of him. But that's Miles Michaelis.
Yeah, Prop Beaver said, JD said that last year. I remember I remember on the live show, JD came in and said, I like Michaelis to throw a good game. And we like laughed at him. And he threw 7 innings, like 1 hit or something. He like called it.
Didn't even no-hitter last year.
It was what he threw like an amazing game. And it was like, so he likes Michaelis to throw. Maybe he's just like a Michaelis fan. It's like his dad or something.
Or Michaelis getting on the live shows the night before.
It's Michaelis' little brother, JD Michaelis.
No, man, if Michaelis beats me, so be it. Because if he makes 30 starts this year and I fade him 30 times, I'm probably going to win money 25 times.
Someone wants to know your fee for this game. I know that Toast doesn't do those.
I don't bet your fees.
Yeah, me neither. If you had to, though, someone's asking.
I mean, I'm sure as hell not betting a Nerfy with Michael on the mound. And the Cardinals have some decent bats at the top of the order. Like, I mean, if Darvish is going to get beat, you have Goldschmidt, you have Arenado, Gorman's up there. Donovan, I think, hit 2 home runs tonight. But the bottom of that lineup is really where I think there's a huge advantage for Darvish. I mean, you got Burleson, Jordan Walker can hit the baseball, but Scott, like Mason Wynn is up in the big leagues just for his glove. They don't care if that guy ever gets on base. They just want him to play good defense at shortstop.
We got there's a minus 130 Padres on FanDuel. I'm grabbing it now. I'm jumping in the Padres. I agree with what you guys are saying. I don't like how the line's short, but I mean maybe it's what you're saying. Maybe people just don't respect the Padres if they don't respect you, Darvish. But I certainly don't respect Michaelis.
Yeah. I think it's a system bet too. Like there's some things where you can't try to pick the one day where Michaelis is going to have a good game. You have to bet against Michaelis 10 times and then you're going to win 7 times.
All right.
Toast, I think you're muted. I don't know if you've been talking the whole time.
Oh, has he been talking? I haven't heard him. You're still muted.
No, my mic turned off.
There you are.
Now he's back.
I don't know how my mic turned off.
So yeah, I'm in on the Padres. It's getting close to 1:30, so let's get to the last couple games here.
You got a bedtime or something? Mommy calling you to bed?
Dude, I did 2 live shows, 2 episodes. This is my 3rd live show today. Been on camera for about 6 hours today. I need to sleep.
My wife was like, I couldn't stand being on camera like you guys do that. I'm like, I don't even.
I mean, in this type of capacity, we're basically just sitting here talking like we're hanging out.
Yeah,
and
we're
people
literally
just happen to be watching.
This is what we've been talking about for years. How we're just letting ourselves cap these games in general, talk some shit, and let everybody watch. And
yeah, the live show is a little different because I need to be on it with the graphics, but this is like whatever. Red Sox Athletics, Boston minus 1.5 at plus 130 was big for me today. I needed that.
I know I tailed you on it.
Looks like we're getting about the same price again, maybe a little cheaper. Again, I don't see any reason not to just take Boston minus 1.5 again. I mean, it's Bayo.
Yeah, I was gonna give it another hour or so.
What's this price, Toast? What is this price? With Bayo on the mound, what is this price?
It's because the Red Sox were not supposed to be good, and the market hasn't caught up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't know,
So
but I'm not at a point with these Oakland games. They've been mispriced this whole time. The only reason I said I was going to wait an hour is because Boston was at like 160 when I first looked, and now you can get them a little bit cheaper. So at FanDuel, you can get them at minus 142. So I think I'm going to jump in at Boston at minus.
I'm grabbing I'm grabbing minus 1.5 again, just like last night, just like tonight.
I'm going to split it up because they are on the road, so I will definitely play a little run line with you. And it's because it's Bayo Day.
Plus 120 on Bet365.
I can't tell you exactly off the top of my head. Oh, yes, the Boston, the lefties are their power side, right? Yeah,
minus 162 already on DK.
Yeah, they're better.
As it should be with Bayo on the mound.
No, but this was minus 140 an hour ago.
Yeah, well,
it's minus 140 on FanDuel right now, isn't it?
It's still minus 140?
No, I think it moved. Minus 140. No, FanDuel minus 142. What?
Yes. Bang.
Minus 140. Bet365.
Let's go.
All right, I'm taking it.
That's
the best one.
Yeah, you know what? Screw the minus 1.5. I'm just gonna bet them.
That's what I was. That's why I said that, because I was like, man, this is
crazy.
No, Bet365, I see -155 now.
Oh, you know what? Maybe this isn't updating.
I
So
can.
FanDuel, it looks like, has the best.
Yes, at least FanDuel has it. Everybody just use it. I mean, if you got FanDuel, play it on FanDuel.
Yeah, it's -155 on Bet365. So this is unabated. It just must be. It must take a couple minutes to update. So you said I'm on FanDuel. Red Sox -142 and the -1.5. I'm hitting both. What should I do? I'm gonna make a 0.75 total on this, so I'll do this.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit more than that. I played 0.71 to win 0.5, but same difference.
All right. I'm in on Boston. I don't even feel the need to talk about this one. You guys, I mean, it's Bayo against the Athletics.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I will add here is I bet the Red Sox +370 to make the playoffs today. The Red Sox, you can't have starting pitching this good and not be in contention for the playoffs. The last 4 days, they played 4 games so far. Bayo, 5 innings, 2 earned, 2 Ks. Pivetta, 6 innings, 1 earned, 10 Ks. Crawford, 6 innings, no earned, 7 Ks. Tanner Houck, 6 innings, no earned, 10 Ks. And the impressive thing is, these guys are pounding the shit out of the zone with a bunch of breaking stuff. That's really rare. And these guys have had good pitches in the past. Now they got Kyle Bodie, they got Andrew Bailey there, Craig Breslow's there. Inject this into my veins. Whatever they're giving these pitchers, I'm here for it. They have a tough schedule this year. They have one of the toughest schedules in baseball. There's no way, if these guys stay reasonably healthy, that they're going to win less than 75, 80 games. And I really would not be surprised if they win 90 plus.
This is a type of team that reminds me of the Diamondbacks, where if they sneak into the playoffs, they're going to sneak into the playoffs because their pitching has been really good. And then their pitching, if they're still very good, will be able to definitely carry them. So yeah, I love that commission. The only thing that I can add is that now that I opened up my Bayo notes, he went to Oakland last year and got absolutely throttled. He spoke about this, saying that he can't wait to get back there. He didn't like that feeling. So I know that he's ready for this one as well. So yeah, the way that Boston's been playing right now too is on another level, considering what we thought they were going to be at. So
let me ask you guys something. How many lefties in Oakland's lineup? Because that seems to be the only dent in Bayo's armor here is his numbers against left-handed bats. He's got beast numbers on the road, so not worried about that. 4 lefties?
4 of them.
Yeah.
2 of them being Seth Brown and Lance, or whatever his name, Laurent Butler.
Red Sox, let's go. Both
who's
Sox.
Lawrence, that's what it is. Who's barely a major leaguer.
So, and the other thing with the lefty splits is, so last year, Bayo was throwing a 4-seamer, like a horrible 4-seamer, roughly 30% of the time against lefties. His first start, he didn't throw it once. It was all changeups and sinkers with a few sliders mixed in. His changeup has been dirty. I mean, his changeup is really his meal ticket. 2022, lefties had a 152 batting average against it. He had a 43% whiff rate with the pitch. Last year, 193 expected batting average against the changeup last year, 35% whiff rate. That changeup being his primary pitch against lefties should neutralize some of those bad platoon splits a little bit. The sinker's a ground ball pitch. The slider looked like it had a little bit better shape than what we saw last year. I'm just all in on the Red Sox at this point. I think the market is so far behind the Red Sox right now because everybody projected them to finish last in the division. They weren't supposed to be very good, and now we're a week into the season, and it's pretty obvious that this team is totally different than what everybody expected, and we're still getting -142 against one of the worst teams in baseball. Against freaking Alex Wood, man.
Agreed. I like it.
I know the Red Sox got a lot of lefties in that lineup, but Alex Wood, and then give me whatever you got in the middle innings.
Yeah, how many innings are we even expecting Alex Wood to see here? 4
or 5.
4 is like a good outing for Alex Wood, or at least it was last year. So we're on Boston.
Yep. If we lose, we lose. I mean, that's just one. I think you got to live with the results.
Yeah, 100%. That's why it wasn't even much hesitation there. Cleveland at Seattle. This under killed me. I really like that under too. I took under at 8. I thought it was a great bet, and it ends obviously lands on 9 on a freaking home run in the 8th. So this one looks like Seattle's -122.
That was unexpected. I will say that.
You had Mariners money line tonight, Toast?
Yeah. Remember
Oh,
Emerson
sharp.
Hancock, baby.
Yeah. How did he pitch? Did he pitch well?
Pretty damn good. Gave up a couple bad ones. Julio saved him. Julio could have saved him on another one that went off of his glove. That was a home run. Julio probably makes that catch 9 out of 10 times, maybe 8 out of 10. So, but yeah, he looked all right. Pretty damn good. I don't really put a whole bunch of stock into this Cleveland lineup, so I'm very curious to see. Very similar to Garrett Crochet. Very curious to see what he does and against a much better lineup. But yeah, so far so good.
You, Commish, you trust Bieber to come out and throw another gem to start the season with back-to-back?
Yeah, I think the only concern, and Toast brought this up as a good point today, is Seattle really struggles against breaking stuff, and Bieber is a little bit more fastball dominant, but Bieber's curveball was really sharp against Oakland. Talked about he's got a little bit different grip on that pitch this season. I'm not a big Luis Castillo fan, so
Me neither.
I think
He's all right.
last year. No, I'm not not that he's a bad pitcher, but I think he's consistently overvalued in the market.
I can see that.
And you're getting.
Yeah, I feel like it's because he's a cool guy. He looks cool. Like he's got like swagger,
sure.
so people like him. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was a top prospect. We've seen him do some really good things. He was one of the few guys that had success at Great American Ballpark. So people like him a lot. And again, like he's a very good pitcher, and I'm not trying to take much away from him. I just don't think he's
just overvalued. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Guardians, we've seen them be very aggressive against bad catchers. And not to say Cal Riley is the worst catcher in the league, but I think last year when they played him, if I remember correctly, they ran all over Cal Riley in Seattle. I'm looking to see what they did tonight. They didn't have any stolen bases tonight. I don't know if that was just more of a lack of opportunities. It looks like they only had 6 hits. If they can get some guys on base tomorrow, Castillo's definitely a guy that you can run on. And Cal Raleigh is definitely a guy that you can run on as well behind the plate if he's back there. So I think the Guardians have the advantage there. First 5 money line for me, you get the push potential. So it's kind of, you can kind of cop out a little bit. The Guardians offense doesn't show up, but it's like 1-1-2-2 type of thing. So I think a half unit Bieber first 5 money line here makes sense.
Okay. Cleveland have. What do you think, Toast? Mariners fan?
Gaddis, BV, Smith. Hold on 1 second, I'll tell you, because I'm probably going to be on Cleveland money line at the plus money as long as their bullpen is in. Yeah, most likely going to be on Cleveland money line. I think that Bieber is really good. I also don't really trust this Mariners lineup. They got kind of lucky today, and I won the bet, but big home run early in the ball game. They had multiple opportunities to break. I was telling you right before we went on to break this game open. Cleveland had chances as well. I'm not there with this Mariners lineup. I don't think you can count on them to hit long balls, especially against Bieber right now. And then with the Cleveland bullpen mostly ready to go, I think it's really hard not to take Cleveland to come back in this series at plus money, to be honest.
Cleveland has a lot of lefties in the lineup, right? They did last year, I'm pretty sure.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they could have 8 guys hitting from the left-hand side tomorrow.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm with you guys. Let's do Cleveland.
So,
wait, Commish, why are you saying just first 5 though? I like Cleveland.
I don't trust the Guardians bullpen. I just really don't like the.
I like that bullpen.
I get it. But we have
Toast. Can you
Clase.
tell me who pitched tonight for Cleveland?
Yeah, I can.
Clase's available, right?
Sandlin, Smith, Gaddis, Beebe. Sandlin, Smith.
So they have Barlow and Clase and Eli
They have-
Morgan. Yeah, let's do. I'm
Eli
going
Morgan.
Cleveland. I like
Yeah.
Cleveland.
And you're getting it at plus money.
Yep.
I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't even mind splitting it up. You could play a little bit on each because I think you could get each plus money. But yeah, I was gonna play Cleveland money line. I really wasn't impressed with what Seattle did today. 100% to be 100% with you guys. Not really good. I will say JP Crawford, my guy, has really good numbers against Bieber in his career. But yeah, besides that, like I said, this Mariners lineup is just a kind of a pass for me right now. And if there's one guy in the Mariners rotation I'm not really big on, it's Castillo.
I just grabbed Cleveland by plus 108 on FanDuel, so I'm in on the Guardians full game though. I didn't do the first 5.
Hey, just a logistics question because I've actually never bet a first 5 on Bet365 before. Is their first 5 money line? Do they list it as spread 0.0?
Yes, I think so.
That would mess me up.
They do. I can tell you right now. I haven't bet on first 5 on. Wait a second. Because now innings props.
If I can get the same line somewhere else, I'm just going to bet it.
No,
else.
I think that's the money line.
I think it is too. I can get this.
If
at a
you
different
scroll down to alternate 5 innings line, that's how you bet the run line.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so the money line, you're right. So the 5 inning money line is spread 0.0. That's how they list it on Bet365. I haven't bet a first 5 on there in last year, so I needed to refresh my memory.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Yeah, so I'm locked in on the Guardians' first 5 money line with you guys.
Let's do it. Cleveland.
I didn't even realize Castillo's splits against lefties were that bad until you made that comment, Sauce.
Yeah, well, that's why did you see me pull him up? Right here. Right. These are not great numbers against left-handed bats last season. And he's at home where he was good at home last year, but not against lefties.
Yeah, but everybody's good in Seattle. Like everybody gets that.
Right.
Hey, Sauce, do you want to know his last 3 starts at home?
What's that?
13 innings, 19 hits, 13 runs.
I like Cleveland, man. I like this. Math. I think Cleveland and Boston are my 2 favorites so far. Boston.
I will say it was, and one of those starts was Boston, who wasn't a playoff team, but the other 2 were playoff teams with Texas and Houston, but still absolutely throttled.
Cleveland, Boston, Arizona. Those are my favorites so far. And now we got.
What, you don't like the Toronto-Houston under?
No, you're a weird, confident ass. Just take the under. Trust me, bro.
I bet it, and I'm pissed.
All right, so 59-40. So the poll was on Cleveland, not overwhelmingly though. Last game, and it might be the game of the night here. Logan Webb Glasnow. This is awesome. What's the price on this? Dodgers minus
142, yeah.
135. I'll put her at 140 for the poll. 120, 140. How is Logan Webb? I'm sure he has plenty of game logs to look at on the road at Dodger Stadium. Is he by chance good here?
Tell you in about 2 seconds. Damn, it's not on Baseball Reference. He's 3-5 against the Dodgers in his career at Dodger Stadium. 4 innings, 1 run. That's in 2020. Let me fix these dates. Last year, 7 innings, 2 runs last year in a win at Dodger Stadium. He had another win at Dodger Stadium in 2022.
So he can beat these guys here.
And he had another one in 2021. He's beat them every single year, bro.
He wins a game every year in Dodger Stadium. Is this the one?
Every year. I don't know. I hope so. Glasnow's good though.
Yeah,
he's really good.
So good.
Yeah, I'm not betting against Glasnow. Maybe an under.
Yeah, he's real good. I think you could probably be safe with an under. I like the first 5 under I don't see it's populating yet. So, but I see under 8.5 for the game. I want to try to play an under.
You guys on the mound?
Huh?
8.5 with Webb and Glasnow.
8.5. Why is that?
8.5 minus 120 on FanDuel and DraftKings.
First 5 unders at 4.5, bro.
Is it listed? I thought it wasn't listed.
It's on PointsBet, but it's juiced to minus 140.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, but you could probably get a flat 4 then at close to even money.
It might not. I think Toast is right though. I don't think it's up. Yeah, it's not listed on most books yet.
It's not, but I almost think it's worth to play the 8.5 at minus 120 because it's probably going to be 8s in the morning. So if you figure out that you end up liking the under, it's probably better to do it now better than in the morning.
So under 8.5. Yeah, give me a weather report.
It looks like 60 degrees, slight wind blown out, which is not a huge deal at Dodger Stadium.
Why?
Because it's in a ravine. Remember?
It's right. Oh, yeah.
It's a ravine.
It's in a ravine. Right. I should have known that it's in a fucking ravine.
So, like, pretty neutral conditions. It's not as cold. Like, if it's cold at Dodger Stadium, it's hard to hit the baseball out. But the wind is not a crazy factor there for the most part.
I mean, obviously, like, I want to bet the Giants, but there's just no way. There's just no way.
I really admire the people that can just lock in Dodgers minus 1.5 every day and not think about it.
Oh,
I'm just not that type of bettor.
I'll take that
Good
compliment.
Do you play the Dodgers 1.5 every day?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I admire that. Like, just set it. Don't think
For
about
the last
it.
couple of years, it's like set it and forget it. Yeah.
I'm just not that kind of better. I wish I could be, but I mean, every day, like I see people that just keep betting the team total, and I've bet the team total a couple of times this year.
I've
But I
seen
see
that
people bet it
4.5
every
team
day.
total.
Yeah,
Everybody,
I'm like,
yeah. I actually really liked the Giants tonight. Obviously, they looked like shit, but I thought every number at that price was definitely worth a Giants bet. So it is what it is. I actually didn't think that win kid looked that bad. I mean, Mookie Betts is playing at an unreal godly level right now. So
Bro, he's been on base 21 of his first 33 plate appearances this year.
I'm not, yeah. So him getting, I mean, I think him relaxing and getting the next guys and stuff like that. I mean, that was actually kind of impressive for me. Only giving up 3 runs wasn't that bad. So,
Hey, Beaver just locked in Ray's first 5 run line.
He tweeted it out.
Yep. Ray's bats have underwhelmed thus far versus righties, ... but at home. And then you guys can check out Twitter to get the rest of that analysis.
Yeah. All right. It's after 1:40 a.m. It's time to call it for me.
Yeah, I haven't even started my pitcher notes yet, Sauce.
Dude. Enjoy your night, man. I need to call it. Everyone, thanks for watching. We'll probably be back. Tuesday's a great day, so maybe we should do the good MLB days. Like maybe we'll do Thursday night because Friday's usually a great one or something. But a lot of these are like spontaneous. It's just like a message, like, "Hey, you guys are you guys looking? Want to go live?" So
yeah.
So make sure you put I never say this. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. But seriously, make sure you have the notification bell on so you know when we do it because it's not always like announced and planned. So everyone, enjoy your night. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Talk to you later.
See everyone.